Good morning and welcome to Cindy's Kitchen. We are so excited that you're here today. It is a terrific Tuesday. Okay, so what's cooking in Cindy's Kitchen today? Today, it could be Monday, but we don't do it on Mondays anymore, and it could be a meatless Monday because there's no meat today. The dish that we're gonna do to begin with is one of the dishes that when we were on that funky weird diet and I was really watching, carbs and sugars and all that kind of stuff, this was a dish that because of the spices in it made me feel like I was eating something substantial and not the same vegetables over and over and over again. So that's why it's one of my favorites, and it may look a little intimidating, but I'm hoping that by me showing you how to do this, you won't be intimidated and maybe you'll give it a shot. All right, are we ready? Today, we are going to make an Indian dish, and the name of it, I'm probably not pronouncing it correctly, but it's the way I've always pronounced it. So in Texas, there you go. Aloo Gobi, or Aloo Gobi, Aloo Gobi. Aloogobi. And it's very easy. Aloo, A-L-O-O, is Indian for potato, and gobi, or gobi, G-O-B-I, is cauliflower. So basically, this is a dish of potato and cauliflower. Here's what I did. Potatoes and cauliflower, 1 onion, some garlic, and some fresh ginger. And all I did was toss it in olive oil and a little salt and pepper. That's it. Put it on the roasting tray, 400 degrees, for about 45 minutes. So again, I just cut up the cauliflower. I had a cauliflower. You can see the size of the florets. There's like 4 heads of garlic in here. And I also got some fresh ginger. Now, if you don't have fresh ginger or you don't want to go buy fresh ginger just for a little bit, you can use ground ginger on here. What I did is I just peeled off. So look, you can just like pull one of these off. And I peeled it with my potato peeler. And then I just grated it on top of everything. So you certainly could do that. Here's the biggest deal. You want everything about the same size. So my potatoes were this small. So, again, perfect bite, but you want it to all cook about the same. All right, so 400 degrees, about 45 minutes, and it's all roasted. Yum, yum, yum. I'm gonna set this aside. You do wanna give it just a little toss about halfway through because we want to make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom, okay? So I'm using this, and I'll tell you what we need. We're gonna need olive oil. We're gonna need cumin seed, okay? I'm gonna show you. You know what ground cumin is, right? This is cumin seed. Whoops, can you see? It looks like caraway seeds. It's a dried seed, can you see that? In the spice department, not expensive. We're gonna use turmeric. Ooh, pretty bright color. We're gonna use a little chili powder and a can of tomatoes. All right, so we're gonna need 2 tablespoons of olive oil. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. 1, 2. All right, I could have measured that, but I did not. All right, on to our little burner we go. Now, so we're gonna go in order of what we need, and we're gonna need 1 teaspoon of these cumin seeds. All right, so this is on a medium-high heat. Oh, we're gonna let this cook for 1 minute. 1 minute, okay? And then to that, we're gonna add a half of a teaspoon of ground turmeric. Now, turmeric has got all kinds of health benefits to it, especially if you suffer from any kind of inflammation. So a medium-high heat. Oh, it smells good. It smells good. And like I said, I should have heated the oil first, and then we would have gone. Okay, so 1 minute. Oh, so good. Then we're gonna add our half of a teaspoon of ground turmeric. Oh, can you hear? Pop, 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 pop. Then we're gonna stir that in. Oh, now that's, woo! And your whole senses, all of your senses go bazonkers. We're gonna do a pinch of chili powder, just a pinch of chili powder. So it's a little bit more spicy. You can put a little bit more in. So about a minute for each of those spices that we put in. Now we are going to go ahead and put in a can of diced tomatoes. Woo! In it goes. A can of tomatoes. Now I'm gonna give these a smash. We're just gonna let this cook down. All right, so you can smash up the tomatoes if you want. These are diced tomatoes, see right here. If you don't like your spoon smashy, you can always, look, take your potato masher and you can do one of these and it'll smash them up a little bit more. You could use a tomato puree in this recipe, but I kind of like having pieces of tomato. Okay, we're just gonna bring this to a boil. Okay, really? None of this was difficult, right? We cut up the stuff early on. The onion, there was an onion, a head of cauliflower, a bag of potatoes, or 2 or 3 like russet potatoes peeled and diced up. Some ginger and some garlic, salt and pepper and oil, roasted at 400 degrees for about 45 minutes. Took that out and it's setting aside. Then in our pan, we did 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a teaspoon of ground cumin seeds, a half a teaspoon, no, not ground, actual cumin seeds, a half a teaspoon of ground turmeric, a pinch of chili powder, and then we put our can of tomatoes in there and we're just letting that boil. I am gonna add a pinch of salt, only because, well, I'm gonna add 2 pinches of salt because me with tomatoes, I need salt. The flavors. Okay, there we go. So we're just letting this boil. And now, again, I would do this in a bigger pan, but I wanted you to see. So that being said, I'm gonna get my bigger pot. And then I'm gonna just put this over there with the lid on it and let it cook just a little bit, okay? So I'm taking my roasted veggies. You know what, if you wanted to add carrots in here, you certainly could. I don't know that it would be necessarily aloo gobi, but you can. The great thing about these recipes is you can use what you have or what you like, okay? And I just want you to take a different spice mixture because, you know, there's only so many foods in the world. And, you know, if you eat green beans the same way all the time, after a while, green beans are just boring. But if you take green beans and you mix all kinds of different spices and different liquids, man, so good. So good. All right, so we have all of our veggies in our big pot. I'm gonna pour this lovely, lovely tomato spiced sauce on top of here. And then I'm gonna put the lid on it and put it on a medium-high heat just for 5 minutes. Because all my veggies are cooked. You wanna give it a toss just to make sure everything's tossed, but just be careful because you don't want your vegetables to fall apart, okay? There we go. Ta and da, look at that. Okay, now when this is done, when our aloo gobi is done, I've got a lime and I'm gonna squeeze the lime and I've got some cilantro and that's gonna top it off. Okay, but let's do the other thing we're gonna do. Kind of a dessert, but you know that when I do desserts, it's like, you know, 12 tons of brown sugar and butter and blah, 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 blah. So I thought this would be a good dessert because we're being good with our meal, right? Potatoes and cauliflower, and when the ginger is good for our inflammation and turmeric is good for us and garlic is good for us. I mean, we're really being behaved today. So I thought dessert should be good as well, okay? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do stuffed figs. Now, I don't know about, do you love figs? Have you had figs? I don't know. At my grocery store, perhaps at yours, there were 2 types of figs in these little containers. This, I'm gonna show you, is a mission fig. See, that's a mission fig. It's darker. It's a dark color. And then this is a golden fig. So can you see the difference? This one's dark and this is a golden fig. Really, for me, it's the difference between a raisin and a golden raisin. For me, and the taste is about the same, I think, as well. I think the mission fig, the dark one, really has an earthier, I don't know, raisiny taste. Whereas the golden ones, these are my favorites, the golden ones. Anyway, all right. Now on your figs, you will notice whether you're using a golden one or you're using a mission fig, wholly up to you. And really, buy both. Taste them so you'll know, right? You see the little stem on the top. You see the little stem? All right, from the stem down maybe about 1/4 of an inch, this is not good. It's a little stringy and tough and not really great to eat. So when we make these, we're gonna cut about that much off. So can you see? So here, I'm gonna cut it and then I'll show you. So here's the top that I cut off and there's the fig. See, there's the lid.
Hello, hello, I am a golden fig. Ba ba ba.
Okay, so you just cut off the top, regardless of which one you're gonna do. Now, to do this, hopefully you can see. I'm gonna take my knife and you can just cut it. I'm gonna cut it this way, horizontally and vertically, but not all the way to the bottom. So I'm gonna go almost all the way. Here, I'm gonna cut one way and then the other way, okay? And what that does, see, look, then it opens up. So you've almost got 4 pieces, right? But you didn't cut it all the way down. Pretty, huh? Like a little flower. A little figgy flower. A figgy flower fig. Now, to this, I'm gonna add goat cheese. You could use goat cheese or you could use blue cheese. I'm using goat cheese, one, because it's not as pungent as blue cheese and it was reduced. It was on special for $2.99. The figs were $3.29 at my store, and then the goat cheese, $2.99. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna open this up, and we're gonna take some of that yummy goat cheese. Well, I'm making a mess. Some of that yummy goat cheese, and we're just gonna shove it in there. Look at that. Shove, shove, shove. Look at that. Pretty, huh? Now, a lot of recipes with wrapped figs uses either prosciutto or you can use ham. I was going cheap with this. So I did this, buttig. Anybody remember eating this, buttig? It's cheap. It was 69 cents and there we go. And they come in rounds and I just cut them in half, okay? It's very, very thin. Look, la 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 la. Now, you can do strips, but I like this big old piece. All right, so now I'm just gonna take this and wrap it. You can wrap it any way you want. Then I'm gonna take a toothpick, and go straight through. All right, look at that. Ooh, pretty, pretty. So then you would do however many you want. Now the great thing about this is you can make this just for you, right? This could be just for you at your house and you could make however many you wanted. And they'll stay in the refrigerator. You can eat this just like it is, cold. However, we're gonna take it to the next layer and we're gonna put it in the oven, 350 degrees, just for 5 minutes. Because all we want is just, that cheese is already soft. It's gonna do a little ooey gooey melty thing on here. And we're just gonna warm it, okay? So, look, have you all seen my new tray? Look at the hearts. Oh, can you see the hearts? Here, look, 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 look. Anyway, so there we go. So if you wanted to invite people over, you could have this as your dessert after dinner. You could have this as an appetizer if you were having, this is like an old appetizer dish from the 50s and 60s. So it's old. All right, into the oven it goes. And here's our pot. Here is our pot. Oh, The smell is to die for, to die for. All right, I'm gonna take my lime. I'm gonna give it a slice. I'm gonna cut it there. And then I'm just gonna squeeze one lime, and it's a small lime. They were either 10 for $1 or 5 for $1, I can't remember. Okay, so there's one half of it, and here's the other half. All right, this is about half a cup, 3/4 of a cup of cilantro, chopped cilantro, okay? All right, you ready? This is so cool. This is my newest thing. Here it is. I've wanted this bowl for months and refused to buy it because I usually do not buy unicat pieces, but I couldn't help myself. Here it is. Oh my gosh, look at that. I know. You're like, that is the most beautiful bowl. This pattern is called Southern Belle. And it, I think, is my most favorite pattern of all. This is the big 10-inch wavy bowl. Yay! All right, I know. I have been looking at it, and I was like, ah. And again, it doesn't matter if it's a unicat. I use everything. Doesn't matter, because there's no need to buy Polish pottery or anything pretty, dishes-wise, if you're not gonna use it. Because you gotta use this stuff. Or, well, I guess you don't have to. It's your kitchen. You don't have to. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at that beautiness. Look at all those flavors. And just to make it pretty, we'll do just a little bit on top. La 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 la. Oh, so pretty, so pretty. I know, right? All right, I'm gonna get a bowl so we can taste this, and I'm gonna take the figs out. That's going to be your next purchase. Been eyeing that bowl since she got it. I know. I have two. I have two. All right, here we go. I'm gonna get my bowl. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta get a bowl. I gotta get a spoon. I'm not prepared. I'm gonna leave those in there just a second. All right, you ready? Here we go. What kind of bowl shall I use? A matching bowl. Look, it matches. Big bowl, little bowl. I know, I'm awful, just awful, aren't I? Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. All right, so look how gorgeous that is. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna get the perfect bite. So there's my cauliflower, there's my potato, some onion, and a piece of tomato. Ready? So good. It is awesome. There you go. Aloo Gobi, a great vegetarian dish. Hey, Dottie. A great vegetarian dish using basically things that you're familiar with. The only things you may need to purchase are cumin seeds and turmeric, ground turmeric. Other than that, these are pretty normal things, right? All right, so we're gonna get our figs out. Let me go get the figs, and then we'll taste the figs. Look at that, look at that. And I know you're gonna say it wasn't in there long enough to do anything, but if you preheated your oven, it's fine. Oh, so good. 5-10 minutes, no more than that, because again, let me see. Okay, we'll do this little baby one right here. Okay, so here it is. You can't really see the steam coming off of it, but here we go. Big, it is delicious. Yum. Gotta move this. So, you know, there's a lot of places, especially in Europe, where for dessert, it's a fruit and cheese platter. And so this is a good sorry, I have to have coffee. This is a good option for a fruit and cheese platter, so you can have dessert without having a ton of sugar. I mean, obviously the figs have sugar in them. They're natural sugars. But really, a good dessert, good dessert, or an appetizer. Quite frankly, I could eat these for lunch. So there you go. So I hope you enjoyed today. No meat. Could have been Monday. It could have been a meatless Monday, right? We have our aloo gobi, which are our potatoes and our cauliflower, with our yummy spices, and then our stuffed figs. I hope you have a lovely day. I really do. From my kitchen to your kitchen, may your day be filled with some veggie yumminess. I will see you guys on Thursday. Have an awesome, awesome day. Bye-bye.